Do you want the good news or the bad news?
The good news.
Well, that was a great recap.
Thank you.
None of it was
And-
caught on stream.
Okay, I'll do it again then.
Don't worry. We're not wasting any more of your time on that.
Are you sure? I don't mind. I only put my actual name in there instead of Nathan when I was typing up the sending. But if you for those that are just joining, quick recap, time skip stuff, essentially. So yeah, just hey Chi, it's Nathan. I just wanted to check in and see how you were doing.
Things are going reasonably well. Is everything all right?
Yes, just wanted to check up on you since I've not had a chance to return to Lorenz.
Fair enough. Things are going all right. Lorenzo's been fairly stable.
That's good to hear. I'll try and stop by soon.
There was a guy questioning the stones.
It's time for Vance, isn't it? So begrudgingly, I'll use another spell slot for sending. Been like free so far. Asking about the stones. What did he want?
Apparently, there's some sort of artificer who specializes in stones.
Is he causing any problems?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna leave it there for now because that's like 5 spell slots. So I'm not gonna spend any more.
Understandable.
Okay, after I do that, I am going to. I'm assuming this is my free time for the day.
Yep.
Okay. So that would have taken. How long would you say?
5-10 minutes.
Okay. So I'm going to head to the Founders Library. And I just want to start going through any, I want to start going through all their collective, notes on what has happened, basically, over their careers, just to see if I can get any more insight on how things work in Celestia, anything I should know, and potentially, if need be, any knowledge I could potentially use.
All right.
For a potential Tower of Babel plan, but, you know.
So, in the Founders Library or their personal rooms?
Is there anything I can find that's useful in the Founders Library, or would I have to go to the personal rooms in order to? Because I don't.
From the sounds of it, most of that information would be more their personal rooms.
I don't think I can access their rooms though. At least from the knowledge I have of my founder card. Mine only has access to I think it's my own personal vault, and also the shared vault is the one I have access to. And I know the other cards don't work on the other rooms because when that Shadow Monarch Druid came, I tried to go into
Correct.
one the other rooms and it didn't let me. So I don't think, or is this separate rooms in the library I can access?
Oh no, this is their personal rooms.
Yeah, I can't get into them, so I'm not gonna go
Okay.
into them. I'm just gonna see if I can get anything useful from the library that could help me with what I'm after.
Yeah. Make me an investigation check. What is the first thing that you're looking into?
Let's start with the history of Celestia and like that sort of stuff. 21.
Celestia was founded roughly in year 8, so in name it was founded slightly earlier than that, in year 4. As far as most people are concerned, it runs off its own unique calendar system. There is basically 5 known to the world. There is the celestial calendar, the human calendar, the elvish calendar, the empire's calendar, and then there is what is thought to be a true calendar. Though only select people refer to it as the true calendar.
Does it mention? So if there's a quote unquote true calendar, why do different civilizations have their own separate ones then? Wouldn't it be
Most of
easier
them
to call
don't
it?
view that as a true calendar.
Oh, fair enough.
From what you're able to tell, it's like a group of people just labeled their calendar the true calendar.
Ah, that makes more sense then. Can I find anything about Celestia's current standing with other nations?
It doesn't
Like with
have any.
the oh,
Up
do we have any?
until just recently, it didn't have any standing with any nations because it wasn't its own nation.
Oh, right, yes. Do we have any sort of trade with any of the other nations or empires?
Nope, as far as Celestia was concerned, it was in the domain of House Black. And as a town within the domain of House Black, it could trade with any other town within the domain of House Black.
Can I find anything on House Black itself?
A House Black was a drow family. They managed the upper. What would they have described that as? The upper islands, basically. Eventually, they got pushed down by the orcs all the way down to where they currently are. And then they were destroyed by a meteor. Very few members are believed to have survived. And currently, there appears to be no living member of House Black trying to sustain their land or claim their birthright.
I see. That's good some of them survived, though. They could come and cause problems in the future, so something to be aware of. Is there anything else I want to look at in the library? Anything on the Kingdom of Light I can find in the Founder Library? Or just the
The
library in
Empire of
general?
Light?
Yeah,
Or the
Empire of
Kingdom of the
Light,
Sun?
sorry.
The Empire of Light is based on the other continent. They appear to function off an imperial system. More information is to be looked into.
Okay, and the other one, the Kingdom of the Sun?
The Kingdom of the Sun is led by what at this stage is an old man, a human, mostly a pacifist. Their technology is notable only in the fact that it is highly advanced magic. Or at least highly refined magic, not so advanced. They function off a nobility system. There are noble courts. To own land, to own substantial land in the kingdom, you need to be a noble. Anything less, and you're just renting that land from a noble. Adventuring is guildified, and you're penalized for not being a member of any of the guilds, usually through much higher tax rates or service rates. For example, buying an item there, and this is written in bold, is really, really expensive unless you're in a guild.
And there's no mention of, like, in any of the founder notes about having any issues with anyone from the Kingdom of the Sun or any conflicts. Just to see if I can maybe get an idea on who could have put that bounty up or just anyone I should be aware of.
The founders and a couple other members have carried out bounties within the Kingdom of the Sun, but in no sort of official capacity.
Okay.
It does not mention who the bounties were on.
Alright, so no, I can't find anything about that. Alright,
This would have taken at least a day, at least 4 hours to gather all that information.
Okay. So yeah, that would be my free time for the day, and then I'd go back, do whatever work I had to do, and then next day.
Yep.
If nothing of note happens then, the only thing I want to do is there's a fashion guild, right?
In the Kingdom of the Sun?
No, in Celestia, like that's where.
Yes. I wouldn't
Yeah.
really call it a fashion guild. But there's a tailoring guild.
I'd like to get something commissioned from them.
What would you like?
I'd like, like one of those like armbands, um, like armband, like ribbon kind of things.
Inscribed armbands.
I'll just try and find a picture of what I mean. I guess more like like the armbands, that you see in like football players or I guess like soccer players,
Yep.
like that kind of style. I'd like one of those commissioned, and I'd like it to be a mix of green and blue, the same kind of colors that Varys and Kel used to wear,
Alright.
just in like memory of them. But I wouldn't say that. I just asked for that to be made for me.
Yep, they're able to get that done by the next day.
Sweet. Aside from that, that day, the only thing I'd do in my free time would be I'd want to get a start on level up training.
Alright. So, how long would you like to spend training for the level up?
I would like to spend. Hmm. I'd like to spend 3 hours every day on level up training, unless there's something that comes up that would cause me to need to do something else.
Alright.
So like unless I say like, oh, I'd want to like go to the library or something, and that would take more time,
Yep.
then it'd just be 3 hours a day.
Alright. So, how long would you like to do that for?
All right. I'm trying to get to level 15 cleric. That's going to take me a long time. So basically, for the next, let's say 4 weeks, that's what I'm going to do.
Alright.
And then for like the 1 hour I'm not doing that, I'm either just relaxing or I'm checking in with Archie, Railchi, like Justice, that sort of stuff.
Yep. So, at the end of the week, there'll be a knock at your door.
Come in.
They walk in, and this is who you see.
I'm not seeing
Sorry.
it.
Was just having an issue with it uploading.
Oh,
There we
no
go.
worries. It's still not in images.
Yep. It just started uploading then. I
Oh,
wasn't
okay,
I
sorry.
wasn't looking in the right folder for it.
Oh, no worries. It's just that when you said like here it is, I thought that meant that like you'd been.
That usually just means I've just clicked on it for it to start uploading. They look to be a tiefling of some sort.
Okay,
They look at the chair. Can I sit down?
of course.
They walk over and sit down. So, you're Nathan S., founder of
I
Celestia?
am. Yes.
Alright. What is it that your people need?
Excuse me.
My name is Karen.
Nice to meet you.
What is it that your people need?
Uh, that's a bit of a broad question. Why are you asking?
Well, I would like to make a request of you, but before I can do that, I need to be able to offer something in exchange. So, how can I help your people?
Well, what could you provide? I'm sorry, but if you're gonna ask something of
That's
me,
a
I'd
fair
rather
question.
know.
I'm a patron to a rather luxurious and well-funded family. I have a number of different assets at my disposal. Those assets can be at your disposal too.
And what would you want me to do in exchange for those assets?
I would like you to gain an official noble title. To do this, you'll be wed to a noble family member. Of which you can choose between human, tiefling, half-elf, or potentially even an elf. I would not recommend that final option.
And why would you want me to gain a noble title?
Well, I like this city. I don't want it to burn to the ground. A noble title makes you seem more official, so once all the fear dies down about you being the one to kill the other founders, I don't really buy into that. You haven't been pushing that message too hard. Once that all dies down, people might push back against you. With a noble title, you'll have noble resources to pull.
I see. Can I do an insight check?
Sure. They're going to willingly fail. So what part of it are you trying to insight?
Like, just the part that she's doing this for, like, the city's benefit?
The city and her benefit, yes.
Yeah. So she benefits from the city remaining led by me, or
She benefits if the city remains. She benefits if you remain in charge of the city through this deal as well.
would the person you want me to marry be a noble of your house, or
Oh no, I'm no noble myself. That being said, there are a number of different families that have owed me favors from over the years. I could organize for one of them. They pause and they look at you. What did you do?
I beg your pardon?
Well, you're such an altruistic person, so outgoing for other people. What did you do to earn this karma?
You can see karma.
I can see evil, and I see it around you. It surrounds you.
Penetrates me. That, well, as far as I've come to understand it, I did something that to the gods of this world is deemed almost irredeemable.
There are no gods of this world. Not
Well,
anymore. They abandoned us millennia ago.
but they still pass their judgment on our actions.
What makes you think that?
Well, that was. I encountered one of them.
Oh, you did you? Tell me this tale.
No, there was one. Have you ever heard of the name Vecna before? And then I want to look for a
They go
reaction.
still. Where did you hear that name?
I met him, and he's. I didn't just meet him, I killed him.
That's not possible.
He came
Vecna's a
back?
god.
Yes.
And from what I can tell of you, you nowhere near match his power. My people spent centuries erasing him from this world's history.
Oh, you
You'll not,
also hate him.
you'll not find scripture of him or most of the other gods.
So you're the people that erase the gods. Your people are the ones that erased the gods from history. Why?
If gods are powered by faith, if no one knows of them, no one can believe in them. Then they will slowly wither and die. Then they would have no choice but to show themselves. And then we can act.
Well, that one, he did show himself and tried to reclaim his power. Or gain more of it. He tried
Was he
to.
starved of divinity?
He had some aspects of it left. He came to basically try and convince me to aid him. I refused, and when he did, he went out of his way to try and destroy me. He erased the souls of several of my people, of my friends, of the citizens of this land, and to stop him, I destroyed his soul. And that is the action that has given me this karma.
See, a worthy sacrifice then.
I hope so. Seems like whenever I face an enemy, they always come back in one way or another.
Oh,
Ah,
you go on.
vampirisms. Just venting all this to this woman. Let's just say I've had to deal with vampires in the past. Or people coming back as vampires.
Because of vampirism. No, well. Very well. So what do you think of my deal? With as finances you seek, I shall supply it. Food, I shall supply it. There is another form of asset that you seek. Let me know of it. I shall acquire it. Or bestow it.
In exchange for me gaining a noble title.
Correct.
Does this noble title have to be acquired through marrying into a noble family?
There is no
Or
other
can
way
it
to solidify your title. You were not born of this world, so your family cannot be bestowed the title. You could bestow yourself the title, but then it is only backed by your word, and not the word of people, bloodlines, and traditions.
What if the ruler of another nation bestowed me nobility? Would that suffice?
Then it is simply backed by their word, and their word alone. The bond of nobility would be bound much tighter if you were to bind yourself to a bloodline of this world.
James, do I know if the whole like bloodline curse is that only if you're born of a noble blood, or is that just if you become a part of that family?
Ah, you're talking about the house curses?
Yeah.
But it's specifically if you're born of that elven house.
Oh, it's only for elves. It's not for like.
Correct.
Okay. Well, you've certainly given me a lot to think about, and I would appreciate any help we could receive, considering the circumstances we need to deal with. But
I shall keep this offer open for 10 days and 10 nights. I'd imagine you'll be receiving other offers along these lines.
you don't think you'll be the only one wanting to give this offer?
I do not believe I'm the only one who's going to be wishing to wed you to a noble house. You may find yourself in the middle of a bidding war. Pray you come out unscathed.
Hopefully so. Feels weird for this all to be happening, to be honest. We
I
did have
imagine
nobility.
so.
We did have nobility back in my world, but that wasn't something I really had to deal with.
Let's see. And I apologize to you, Nathan, that you have found yourself in a noble struggle. You can choose to rise to the rank of peace or remain a pawn. The choice is yours, but the offer is there.
Well, I appreciate the offer, and I appreciate your honesty as well.
They nod. If you have no further questions, I shall be taking my leave.
If I were to, sorry, one last question. If I were to accept your offer, how long would I have to solidify this marriage or this
Until the
joining
green
of a noble
moon.
house? Which is when?
I believe it is in 18 days.
What?
The green moon is monthly.
Oh. Okay. So how
Well,
should I?
if you have no further questions, tell Tara I say hi. And she smirks at that.
Will do.
and then she snaps her fingers and she teleports.
Oh, cool. I remember when I could teleport like that. Good times.
That is a character that has only been used once before,
Oh, really? When were they used last?
with Group 0.
Oh, nice. I feel like mentioning Vecna is gonna bite me in the ass, but oh well.
Honestly, they were surprised that you survived.
Honestly, so would I.
That character in particular lived through the time of Vecna.
Oh, they did.
Okay. So about an hour later,
Mm-hmm.
a knock at the door. So this one seems to be knocking much slower on the door.
Come in.
The door opens and you see a purple staff point through. And then you see a tiny tabaxi walk through as well.
What time of day is it?
It's only been about an hour, so it's getting close to midday.
Oh, it's Senzu.
Hello there.
Hello. How can I help you?
Well, my name is Sensu.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Sen. Or would you prefer Senzu?
Whichever is fine. Oh, I've been hearing you've been having a food problem here.
Uh, we have. We've been trying
Well,
to use magic to help with that, but
he waves his hand and 10 beans appear on your table. I might just have the solution to your to your food problem. It's beans, of course.
do I recognize the spell or?
Um, I don't think you've really seen the spell be cast.
Oh yeah, we've not. Yeah, I haven't really. We haven't never really ran into any druids, did we?
No, Celestials did a good job of keeping them at bay.
May I try one of these?
May.
I eat the bean.
You heal for 14 hit points. And you're fully
Nice.
sustained for the day.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's beans free. Every being after that costs 1 electrum, and he holds up the electrum coin. Each creature gets 1 for free. I don't discriminate.
That's good to hear.
So if you don't mind, I would like to start getting out there and handing out these beans. I'd like you to let the guard people of this town know not to point their pointy swords at me, or any other weapon of that kind. I will not take too kindly to that.
Have you encountered that problem before?
Oh, many times. Believe it or not, people don't like other people giving out free stuff.
Huh.
I know. Here I am, minding my business, handing out beans to people, and then a guard tries to point their sword in my face. So I do the only rational thing, I turn that guard into a Brussels sprout. Brussels sprout.
Oh. You haven't done that to any of the guards here yet, have you?
Not that you can prove.
Uh, there been any like disappearances in the past few days,
Not
have
that
there?
you found out.
Is it like permanent? Turn them into Brussels sprouts, or like?
Should only last for a time, but after I munch them up, bean.
Ah, that's fucked up. Meta. Okay, well, if you would like to help, I would appreciate that, and I will speak to the guards about not pointing sticks at pointing swords at you, as long as you promise to not turn anyone into beans.
Brussels sprouts.
Sorry, Brussels sprouts.
Alright, what about carrots?
Can you? Well, you said the spell only lasts for a short amount of time unless you eat them, right?
I suppose.
Well, I would just prefer you don't turn anyone into food and eat them.
That'll just be a waste of food.
Well, yeah, but like if they're, you could just like go away from them or just.
After they point their swords in my face, I don't think that likely.
Well, I'm just saying, like for the guards and every. Like I would appreciate it. I will do my best to make sure that people don't point their swords at you, but I would appreciate it if you also do your best to not turn people into various vegetables and eat them.
How about this? If I do eat anyone, I'll just give you some beans to make up for them.
How about we just try and avoid it at all? Try our best to avoid that happening. And if you do turn someone into vegetables and eat them, you tell me.
No, I'll try to.
But I prefer if you don't do that.
Well, if that's how it's gonna be, then I suppose that's how it's gotta be.
I'd prefer it
Mhm.
if there wasn't any eating of people in the city.
Of people.
By people, I mean like. I'm sorry, I take that back. I just prefer that people don't get turned into vegetables and then eaten,
Hmm.
or just like any creature really get turned into vegetable.
Alrighty, I'm done with this conversation. He turns around and walks out the door. As he's walking out, he's handing beans to everyone in line.
Okay. I'm gonna call for one of the paladins and tell them to tell the guards to not point swords at the I got the Tabaxi Senzu, or like give a
Alright.
description of him. And if problem does start with him, to call me. And don't point weapons at him.
Alright.
I liked him so much. Why did he have to be a insane cannibal?
He's not a cannibal. He doesn't eat tabaxis.
I mean by like eating people.
I mean, he is seen.
Look, I'm just hoping that he'll make enough money to think that he's making a profit, but also won't cause too much of a problem.
He will only cause a problem if someone tries to attack him.
Yeah, that is why I am telling people to not attack him.
And because of that, he's likely not to be a problem.
Well, there we
So,
go.
the guards are scared of Senzu.
Honestly, valid.
So, what are you doing for the next few days?
I'm wanting to speak to Archie.
Alright.
Because I want to tell him what was her name again? Oh, what Karin said to me, and I want to get his opinion.
Okay. So he's gonna ask, would that make me a noble? I have 2 nobles? Is Rail a noble? If Rail becomes a noble and you become a noble, would that make me... He's just confused.
I just like pat him on the shoulder. Yeah, it's confusing. I just don't know what I'm gonna do about it though. She does have a lot of good, at least from what I understand, a lot of people she can pull from to give us some good resources to help make things a bit better. Though at the same time, marrying into a family that I don't know and
Have you tried
getting
legend
married.
loring her?
Not yet. And I legend lore her.
Okay, cast a spell.
Boom.
How do I make this brief?
You could just send me the Google Doc. It's just like that situation with Kel. There's like so much information. I just have a seizure. Get the full Wikipedia article dumped into my brain.
Okay. Karen. Believed to be a tiefling, has been interacting with humans on a small scale throughout history for thousands and thousands of years. They've influenced a number of different bloodlines and informed the creation and resulted in the creation of a number of different noble houses. Elvish noble houses. Sorry, not elvish noble houses. Human houses, half-elven houses, and tiefling houses. They even they even spent several centuries crafting a bloodline, which has resulted in Tara.
Oh.
It is believed that that Karen will always collect on a debt. Never in a way that you expect, and never in a way that outright harms you. Sorry, just reading over stuff as well. But be it you, your child's child, or some descendant down the line, they will have to pay for what you do.
I just will read that out loud to Archie.
Oh. I'm going to die
Yeah.
again.
You're not gonna die. That just makes me more concerned about getting involved with this. But from the sounds of things, more nobles are just gonna keep on coming after me, even if I don't accept this.
You could always marry a commoner.
I could, but I don't really want to get married to someone I don't know. I never liked the whole idea of political marriage or marrying for no reason.
Oh, what girls do you know? If you marry Alice, I'm...
God, no.
What is the opposite of putting your child up for adoption? What is it when you're putting your father up for adoption?
I guess the word is disowned, according to something Varys mentioned.
Oh,
Or
I'd be disowning you.
Yeah, honestly, if I did marry Alice, I would expect you to. And God, no way. I would rather be boiled alive than marry her.
I thought most people would, but look at Orm.
True. Oh, God, I don't know what I'm going to do about this. I don't know. I've never even thought about marriage or getting in a relationship of any kind before.
In fairness, people around you do tend to... And he stops himself.
Yeah, I know. Besides, back in... God, I hate saying this. Makes me sound super old. Back in my day, in my world, if you were a part of the church, you weren't allowed to be involved in any sort of relationship like that. Which is why that's one of the things I removed when we made our church. Because I didn't... Like, now I don't think that's a good thing that you should do to someone. You should let people be free to love whoever they want to love. But I don't know. I've never thought about anything like that.
Honestly, not sure what I'm supposed to say to that. That is both incredibly sad to hear and incredibly concerning.
Yeah, I know. I just felt like I kind of needed to say it.
Fair
You know, it's
enough,
like
he
one of
places his hand on your shoulder.
it's one of those things that I've been self-reflecting on over the past few weeks.
If you ever need a hand, I can always send Rail up to handle some of the paperwork.
If it looks like he considers it for a minute.
You just see the biggest grin on Archie's face.
Like for a minute, Nathan thinks, "Oh, I'll just do that." But it's like, no, I'm not gonna do that to Rail. Yeah, but then there'd be less time for her to do your work for you, and I like give him a smug grin.
Sure, I don't even think she's picked up on the fact that we just keep adding to her pile.
Oh, she still hasn't realized that.
So far, so good. I haven't had to do any paperwork in weeks.
Oh, it must be nice.
It is. I've been able to get a lot of working on my project.
You mean the castle?
I call it Project Celestial Justice.
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I've been organizing for the reconstruction of justice.
How have you been so far with the whole founder thing? You've not had any issues with that, have you?
Well, no one's trying to stab me yet. So I consider that a win.
Yeah. And your first day as a founder was definitely better than mine.
Again, that's incredibly concerning to hear. But also incredibly fair. So why haven't you hired someone to do this job for you yet?
What do you mean? Like all the paperwork and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of it is. It's about finding someone I trust to do the job. Plus, I think the fact that I'm willing to stick and do the work myself has helped a lot of the people actually gain a bit more trust in me, considering all the rumors that have been going around.
Yeah, but I always thought you were above public image. You cared less about what the public thought of you and more about doing what was right.
I do. It's just. I don't know. Things are bad enough as it is, so doing something to keep the people happy, even for a small amount of time. That's why I'm hoping that this festival's going to go well, that it'll give people a bit of a morale boost. I mean, you've seen how bad things are there.
And I forgot to get you to call it. Nathan, call even or odd?
Um, Odd.
Alright. Roll 1d4. Divine Intervention. Beginning at 10th level, you can choose to have your deity intervene on your behalf when you're employing your deity's age. Requires you to use your action. Describe the assist. You're pulled before a cleric.
Oh, okay. It's like I'm mid conversation with
Yep.
Archie and then just. I mean, you've seen how bad things are in Celestia, Archie. There's homelessness for ages, and we fixed that in a day. Oh.
You can see a horde of zombies currently walking
Oh.
towards the cleric, and the cleric has got a small group of people behind them.
Oh, fuck. How many days has it been since
You
the
have
day
one
we fought the
action.
Shadow Monarch? Has it been more than 5 days?
It has been 3.
Fuck. Wait, hold on. I need to double check. When did we fight Alice?
Wait, the Showdown Monarch the first time or the second time?
I'm just trying to see because I remember. Let me just double check.
Which Shadow Monarch fight?
The first.
Okay, that was 9 days ago.
I have divine intervention.
Okay.
How many zombies?
It was about 40.
Oh. What? How spread out are they?
They're fairly close together. Within about
Okay.
80 feet of each other.
Okay, so I would know this based on how the spell works, so I just want you to confirm this before I Oonga Boonga. Divine Intervention, go burr. Uh, where is it? 10-foot radius. No, I wouldn't be able to get enough of them. What is the rules for destroy undead again? Is there a place that I could move where all of them would be within 30 feet of me?
No.
Ah. Okay. Then how many could I get with destroy and with turn undead?
%90 of them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn undead.
All right. What's that do?
They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
DC?
Equal. DC would be 23,
They
and
can't
if they
succeed.
are below CR, if they are CR3 or below, they insta die.
They are CR1, so they insta die.
So yeah, I just I snap my fingers, and then for the remainder ones, I have I have 3 channel divinities. I'll use another one on my next turn to get the last of them.
Okay. And then you're snapped back in front of Archie.
Whoa!
What?
I just got summoned.
Well, you did look a bit dopey there for a second. Did use that word correctly, didn't I?
I think so. Someone was just getting attacked by a load of zombies.
Explains
I
what
need
that
to.
slight tug was.
Oh, you felt that too.
Yeah.
Is there any way I can tell where that came from, James?
Not
Like,
really.
did I recognize the area?
The Forest of the Dead.
Ah,
You know, if you had the Conjuration Stone,
you bitch! Archie, do you have the spell slots for gate?
yes.
Let me just double check how gate works if I can actually do this, because I don't know if you run gate differently.
You declare a name or location and it opens there.
So wait, I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna tell Archie. I'm gonna use my teleportation ring to get to that cleric. Once I'm there, you open a gate to me, and we take them through.
Okay, you could just tell me which cleric it is.
James, which cleric is it?
Make me a history check.
I fuck you. Come on. I got my intelligence to a good number. Please. Let me roll good on intelligence skills. Damn it.
Decent mod. Not a decent roll. It's right on the tip of your tongue.
It was so quick, I didn't even get a chance to look at him. I just had to destroy the undead.
Okay.
Um, So I have like. So I'm connected to this person, right? And they did just
Yes.
like pull me to where they were. Can I like trace the connection to maybe get some sort of idea of like where specifically they are?
You could try to make an insight check. This will
Can I
be
use
at
the
disadvantage.
Okay. Can I use the cleric equivalent of find my phone? Damn it!
You're still disoriented from being pulled around.
Yeah, God, I'm still feeling woozy. Um, did I at least see his face well enough that I could scry him if I described his?
Sure.
Oh no, you need to say a name for scrying, don't you?
No, you just have advantages for the saving throw.
Okay. Uh, is it showing up? Because I'm clicking on it. Oh, here we go.
Okay, he fails saving throw. Barely.
Like I might be a god, but this my spell DC it's not the highest.
Okay, you see him, and he's dealing with the last remaining zombies with relative ease.
Okay, so he doesn't look in danger.
Not anymore. You can tell that he's using a sword, though. He seems to be out of spell slots.
Okay, I'm going to teleport to him anyway.
Okay, you appear at the teleportation circle.
Or the teleportation circle.
Yep. Within the Celestial City.
Mm, can I just use my ring to teleport to him?
Yes, but if you use the teleportation while within the city, it pulls you to the circle.
Oh, I thought we were meeting in Justice. Sorry.
No, Archie went to visit you in the city.
Okay, he went to visit me. That's okay. I wasn't sure, so I would have gone to the teleportation
Yep,
circle.
that's fine.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if
Archie
this was a
follows you
Justice.
for it.
Yeah.
And then you leave, and then you arrive there. You have been trying to be described, Nathan.
Pardon?
Someone is trying to scry you.
I have the spell on.
Okay, Archie fails to scry you.
Oh, Archie tries to scry me. Okay.
You
thought
did
you
not
said he
know as
came-
Archie when the spell blocked it.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, Archie, over by the teleportation circle. Oh, fuck.
All right, can I roll like an insight to try and figure out if I know?
No, the spell just makes it so that you cannot be scried.
Oh no, I mean like know, like realize that I never told Archie where to go.
Sure. Make me an insight check.
This is where I get the nat 1 again. Oh wait, I succeed. Okay, I sending Archie the location of like where I am, pretty much.
Okay. And he teleports there.
Sorry.
It's alright. And then you see Archie cast Gate. And the portal is open to Lurins.
Can Gate go to Lorenz because of the anti-teleportation?
Anti-teleportation barrier has been down since the start of this year.
It has? How? I thought that lasted 13 years.
I believe it was Shadow who took that down.
Oh, Shadow took it?
Deity.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
Don't worry, Rail's also been walking out.
Okay, well, at least now I know. Like, that's part of the reason I've not been going to Lorraine is because, like, I'm not gonna. I need to spend 4 hours to get there.
Archie's the only one of the only few people who's actually tested it on occasion, and that's just because he occasionally forgets that he can't teleport from there. That'd be a history check, and he's not very good at those.
Fair enough. Like father, like son. All right. So, what about the people that were with the cleric? Do they look injured?
Most of them look alright.
Are you all okay? How did you end up in the forest of the dead?
The cleric looks at you. They were traveling. Apparently, they were trying to take a shortcut from Echo's Rest to the Kingdom of the Sun. Something apparently went down earlier this year.
Oh, that's not good.
I came across them about a day ago, and I've been trying to help them get through the forest.
That's really good of you. You've done a great job up until now. We can take you all back to Lorenz and then we can get you back home after that. But the best thing for right now is to get out of here.
Archie gestures for everyone to go through the gate.
Does Skyrick look injured?
Decently so.
I healing word him.
How much does that heal for?
10th level healing word, so that's 49.
Alright.
And then I do it again if he still looks injured.
No, that's enough to heal him.
Sweet.
He was down like 46.
I love maximized healing. It's great.
It is indeed. Archie walks through the gate last.
Yeah, I'd go for the gate before Archie just so we're not like. Or like after Archie. Yeah, whatever. We all get through the gate.
You'll need to use that ring of yours to get back to the city. I can't open up another one of those portals for a while.
That's no problem. I can use the ring. It's fine. I look towards the people. Are any of you injured or?
No, we're alright. A little tired, but alright.
We can take a rest here, and then we can get you sent back to the Kingdom of the Sun.
Nathan, someone taps you on the shoulder.
Who taps me on the shoulder?
Honestly, make me a wisdom saver.
Oh. Okay, I have advantage on this because divine gift. So that's a
Alright.
35.
You see this person tap you on the shoulder.
Oh.
Hey, Nathan, we need to talk.
Oh, hi, Jesse.
Hey, I just need to make sure that you're not going to hold a grudge for what went down earlier this year.
You mean when you stabbed Archie?
Yeah. Oh, she's sort of taking a step back.
I mean, you
Contract's
were
a
hired.
contract.
You what?
A contract's a contract. I did my job. That's as simple as it is.
So what exactly did she hire? What did Alice hire you for anyway?
To keep Archie out of the fight as much as possible.
Can I roll insight on that?
Sure. She believes that to be true.
All right. Well, listen, I'm not gonna lie and say I was happy about it, but as long as you don't try and kill me, kill me, or kill anyone I care about or any innocent people, I don't have any problem.
Apparently, there's no bounty on you that's high enough to warrant it's such a foolish action.
You. Speaking of bounties on me, do you know who put up that bounty? You have a lot of like thieves guild and guild connections.
No clue. I don't usually find out who puts up the bounties. I just carry them out.
So was James, was Jesse with the group that was coming from Echo's
No,
Refuge, or
she just tapped you on the shoulder because she was in Lorenz.
fair enough. So what are you up to now?
Training an apprentice.
How's that been going?
Well, they haven't gotten me killed yet, so fairly well. How have things been going for you? How's Varus?
You just see Nathan look sad when she mentions the virus.
So they're both gone. What
Yeah.
about Jar?
Also looks sad.
So you're all that's left as well.
Yeah. Are you all that's left of your group?
Yep.
Sucks, doesn't it?
Miss Rodius.
Yeah, I miss Cal.
They actually put their dagger claw away and place their hand on your shoulder. Well, all you can do is replace them.
I disagree, but I think you're showing concern for me, and I appreciate that at least.
If you'd like, I can find you a monk, wizard, and fighter
I'm
replacement.
good. I'm good, thank you.
Sure, it'd be no issue. Could you even try and get them of the same race?
Nah, I'm fine, thank you.
You sure? I've got Odeon. He was my replacement for Rodius. And he hasn't
Have I
died
heard
yet.
have I heard the name Odeon before?
Nope. Mostly because she kills pretty much everyone other than you who's heard the name.
Sorry, I just thought of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you said Odeon. That's probably why it sounded to me. Because wasn't he a Yu-Gi-Oh character?
Merrick's sidekick.
Yeah. Because like I heard Odeon and like where have I heard that before? Have I heard that in Celestia? But I was like, oh no, it's from
That's
Yu-Gi-Oh.
probably where I got the idea for the name.
Probably. Cool name though.
So, you don't want a replacement?
Yeah, I don't want a replacement, thank you.
Alright, I offered. Let me know if you need me to kill anyone they put their dagger gauntlet back on.
I'll keep that in mind, thank you.
Remember, my going rate is, I believe it is 16,000 a rank.
Like gold or electrum?
How's Electrum?
Oh, has it not been instituted in Lorenzo yet?
Lorenz is currently in transition. She just got here.
Ah, okay. Are you aware of what happened with all the gold?
Yeah, someone stole it.
Yeah, so because someone stole it all, we had to come up with a new currency
Well, that
in order
replacement
to.
coin. Alright. Guess
Yeah.
Electrum then?
Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind if I ever do need that.
Alright. Then they walk off. Archie takes a few steps forward. Should we be just letting them go like that?
I don't know.
Right.
I've had 3 encounters with her. 2 we talked, and then 1 she tried to kill Archie.
That's pretty much how encounters with her go.
Yeah,
She's either trying to kill you or you're her friend.
fair enough. But yeah, I'd
Usually
wanna
she's
make
just
sure.
in Terminator mode.
Yeah, fair enough, that's what she's built to do. The knife knuckle duster thing's cool, though.
She has a blade always within reach.
Yeah.
In her hair, in her boots, in her pockets, on her back, on her hands, in
Please
her
tell me she's got,
gauntlet.
like, she's got, the oh, yeah, it's like an Assassin's Creed, like,
Yep.
cool quick blade thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Of molten metal that snaps off and melts inside of the person.
Oh, that's, like, horrifying, but that's badass. Alright, well, I'd wanna check that, the the people are resting, same with the cleric. They're recovering fine, and then I just wanna talk to them for a bit and try and find out what happened.
Alright.
Because I did hear, from who was it that mentioned that something happened to Echo's Refuge?
Echo's rest fell. We were from a neighboring town. Word had just barely spread to us in time. Wyverns, hordes of wyverns, dragons, they burnt, froze everything. These
What?
cold flames. All led by a being known as Zarfix.
Oh, fuck. I imagine me and Archie just share a look.
Archie just thinks we should have gone for the head.
Yeah, same with David right now. Do you know if there's any more survivors or?
All that's left. He's
I'm so
killed
sorry.
everyone.
Why?
I don't know.
This isn't gonna go unpunished. He's not gonna get away with that.
Archie looks at you and nods.
Do you have somewhere that you can stay in the Kingdom of the Sun? That's where you said you were all heading to.
We were just trying to escape to the nearest place that was away from him.
Well, if you want, you're welcome to stay here.
Thank you.
Yeah, and just make sure that they get food, somewhere to stay, and
You're able to get that organized?
perfect. I take it that's probably my 4 hours up then
Yep.
for that day. So yeah, I'm before I go, I'm just gonna say to Archie, I went to talk to you about something, and then it all devolved into this.
Okay.
Weird how days go. And then I would go back to Celestia.
All right.
So yeah, that's the only time I have for that day. Then I just either continue work and go to sleep or go to sleep depending on the time.
Yeah. Just looking for a map. Oh. So when you wake up,
Mm-hmm.
you wake up in the church.
Oh,
You've not been here in a long time.
do I recognize which church?
Yeah, this is your room in the church that Archie and Rose built.
Oh, and it's like the old style of how the church used to
Yep.
look, not the. Am I dreaming? I'm gonna get up and try and find a mirror.
You see yourself in the mirror in your old equipment.
So I look younger as well.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna see who's around. I wanna like leave my room.
All right. You see Kalahadre currently training. Varus is working on the fields. Jar is nowhere to be seen.
I am
You could
going to.
guesstimate that this was during your time skip.
Huh. Do I feel like compelled to do any like
No, you feel like you've just woken up.
I wanna find something sharp and prick my finger.
You bleed.
Huh. Alright, well I'm just gonna go and fuck it, I'm gonna go give Kel a hug.
All right. You walk up to Kel and you give him a hug. Very little shock.
I just wanted to say that I really appreciate everything you do and everything that you've done for me. And I'm sorry if I don't show it more. Then, like after probably freaking Kel out with that, um, I'm gonna talk to him a bit, and then I'm gonna go over to Varus and essentially do the same thing.
Okay. Varus casts Detect Magic on you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Varus. I'm so so sorry.
What did you sorry for? Did you mess up my fields?
No, no, I never messed up your fields. Oh, I just had this. I don't even know. Is this a dream or
So, Kel,
I was dreaming?
Nathan
Oh
has just
fuck!
walked. Nathan has just walked up to you and given you a hug out of nowhere. And then he's walked off to give Varus a hug.
Alright. I am going to join.
Okay.
I am going to grapple them both.
Oh.
You do so.
Oh.
Does Nathan resist?
No.
Okay.
You wouldn't succeed anyways.
I know I wouldn't, but I'm not going to.
You see, this is what things are all about. Would I have my memories at that point?
Calamari did.
This is what it's all about. Not being backstabbed.
Exactly. It's like a group hug out of nowhere.
Varys is probably annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when is Varys not annoyed?
When Jar is asleep and in the party.
True.
What was I doing?
Training at that point.
Alright, I guess I'll take a break.
Alright. Jara's gone out for one of his mini trips at this point.
Which one was this?
The second one.
The one
Oh,
where
so
he was
free time.
like, the one where he said, "I'm going on an adventure."
The one right before he comes back and then makes the wish.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing here.
So, what would you like to do, Nathan?
Nathan's like, from Nathan's perspective, he thinks this is all just one big dream. So he is just going to enjoy the dream. He's gonna hang out with Varys. He's gonna hang out with Cal. He's gonna hang out with Archie and Rose. He's just gonna be in a good mood the whole time. Just gonna enjoy himself.
Alright. After what feels like several hours of this, you see a figure out of the corner of your eye.
Do I recognize the figure?
No, you've never seen this one before. They're in images.
Oh. Oh, so I was dreaming then.
They're just watching you.
They say anything?
No, they wait to see if you come over to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to her.
Alright. Hello, Nathan Dass.
Hello, and you are?
I'm hopefully a potential ally. You can refer to me as the Dream Queen.
Yeah, I figured I was dreaming. It's been a nice one, though.
What if I was to tell you every time you dreamt it could be like this? You could have complete and total control over your dreams. They could last for as long as you wish.
It'd certainly be an interesting proposition.
All it would cost is for you to marry into my tiefling noble bloodline. Find your blood with
Well,
ours, and your dreams will never be sweeter.
well, I would firstly like to say I really appreciate this. The dream that you've constructed here, you are very impressive with your craft. It's no wonder you're called the Dream Queen. But
But
in terms of your offer to make this sort of thing permanent, I'm afraid I'm going to have to decline. As nice as this has been, I had a talk with someone not too long ago that part of the reason I don't know, I keep on struggling or have been depressed recently is because I keep on thinking back to what could have been or what I could have changed or what I could have done differently. I mean, everyone's always going to have mistakes and regrets, but if I just keep being focused on the past, I'm never going to make a better future for myself and for others.
And you don't need to focus on it. You can revisit it. You can change it and live it in your dreams. You can have the best of both. It can all be yours.
I could, but if I get so focused on the dream, I may never want to leave. And I can't tell you how tempting it is just to stay here and then just forget about all my problems, but that's not the responsible thing to do. That's not the right thing to do, and I wouldn't be true to myself or true to whatever people value in me if I took that out. I've made the decision to press forward and try and do as much good as I can and help people despite what it's cost me. And I'd be spitting in the face of all the sacrifices that people have made and the people I've unfortunately lost along the way, like Kel, Varys, and Rose, if I gave that all up to chase a fantasy.
Why would this just need to be a fantasy? What makes you think your dreams are any less real than reality?
That's an interesting question.
They're alive here. They're not just memories. They are alive. They live here. They are here. They won't just be figments of your imagination. I will use my magic. They will be as real as they were out there. In here, they can live forever. Or at least as long as you do.
And what kind of life would that be if it's one that I control and dictate with my whim? Life might be hard, and sometimes it's almost too hard, but the struggle is part of what makes being alive being alive. I
How
mean,
does this take away the struggle? It just gives you the power to make a difference. Here, you can save anyone.
yeah,
You
I can
don't
save
ever have
anyone.
to be powerless again. You see the meteor falling towards the ground. You see Nathan standing there, putting his hands together to create the divine intervention to stop it. And then you see the meteor be vaporized into dust that slowly falls to the ground. It can be what you need it to be. What it should have been.
You're right.
For 8
It
hours a
should've-
day, every day, things can be right.
It's true, but that doesn't make up for the mistakes that actually happened, the things that need to be corrected in the real world. I've made my mistakes and I have to live with them.
This will not take away from the real world. This is in addition to it.
Well, that's like I said before, if I could make a dream so perfect, why would I want to wake up?
Because everyone must wake up eventually. But that does not make this place meaningless. You must always dream, regardless of if you want to or not. This just gives you control over what you dream and when and how. You see Nathan's first moments in this world as he's swimming out of the pit. You see the first time that everyone divvies up loot. You see the carpet as it tries to strangle Nathan. But this time, Nathan gets the upper hand and tears it in two.
He does give it like a slight smile at that, though.
You can have a dream in addition to reality. It won't cost you anything. All you'll need to do is marry into my bloodline, and this ability, this control, this privilege, it will be yours, just as much as it is mine.
Once again, I appreciate your offer, but I don't want the power to control all my dreams at all times. Don't get me wrong, it's an incredible ability, and you've replicated this with such skill.
They haven't done this. You all have. But if you will not take the carrot, then I fear that you will try to fight the stick.
And what is the stick?
Make me a charisma saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Me, 26. That is barely a failure. Would you like to use
I'm
an
gonna.
inspiration?
I would.
Alright. You feel the dream trying to warp, but you're keeping it stable barely. Every night you will need to fight to maintain control of your dreams. Or every night you will experience horrors beyond your wildest nightmares, each worse than the last.
Until I eventually give in and marry into your bloodline, I take it.
Indeed. The offer is still on the table for you for if you choose my bloodline. And then they slowly fade away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Nathan's gonna look back. He's gonna sigh, and then I'm just gonna find somewhere to sit, and I'm just gonna, like, with a slight smile on my face, I'm gonna just watch the last of the good dream play out.
I'm arm wrestling several of the children.
Aww. I can't wait to never long rest again. This is gonna be great.
It doesn't interrupt a long rest, but it does make your long rest miserable.
Fair enough. I mean, like, I've faced some pretty hellish stuff already. Like, I think Nathan is, like, so much, like, anxiety and, like PTSD. He doesn't really have good dreams to begin with.
Right. So you wake up.
Yeah, I wake up.
And the last memory that you have in those dreams is you holding Archie, Rose, Varus, jar in Kelhadre as the sun rises. And then later that day, in your first meeting, you receive a letter, a round letter, inscribed in leaves.
Oh, okay.
You open the letter.
I do.
The letter bursts open when you breach it, and you see a portal expand. And you can see the Feywild on the other side.
Oh, no. Mm. Step in the portal.
All right. And you see a much more lively version of your office. The table that you have is a tree branch that is lively, and there's very small leaves coming off of it. And the
Oh, that's
door
cool.
opens.
Is this the first time we've seen a Feywild location of an actual location we've been to?
Correct.
Well, we saw the
We saw the
Feywild.
Feywild area, but that's a different area than our spawn location.
Yeah.
And Shadow and both us just Aziria just went directly to the castle of Mab, so
Oh, thank God it's not Mab.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Pleasure to meet you, Nathan Das.
Pleasure
I've
to
heard
meet
much
you
about
too.
you from my mother.
Your mother?
Yes. The Winter Queen herself, Mab. Long
Oh.
may she rule. DM question and inspiration for Nathan. Good job on
Oh, thank
resisting the hot dream queen and the session booster. I have no idea how it works. Thank you, Shade.
Thank you, Shade. So, DM question, what else?
A DM question, a inspiration, and a session booster.
Oh, nice.
Nathan, this is the beginning of your harem.
So I've decided to marry into all your noble bloodlines.
Oh god, do anything but that.
What would happen if I did that,
They would
James?
all
I'm
kill
betting
you.
you that's why she got to you.
Oh, I hear you've been receiving some offers from some other questionable characters.
I
Tieflings,
have.
demons, devils. Disgusting creatures. Well, I'm here to hear your offer. Obviously, a being like yourself would want the finest elven blood. I have a daughter not much older than you. A century or so. What shall you give for this privilege?
Sorry, I don't believe I got your name.
I am the Archfey of the Winter Blade. Wither.
Oh, it's nice to meet you, Wither. Man, I kind of want that sword now. Well, I appreciate your honesty. I will be honest in return. I've not thought too much about, let's say, pursuing marrying into a noble bloodline.
Oh, that's disappointing. I assume you're still willing to accept my offer, though. Assuming
Potentially.
you have something to give. My queen wishes for me to hear you out, so I shall. I've heard that you're an interesting creature. You bought her quite the gift last time.
Well, I'm glad she enjoyed it.
So, Nathan, child of Deus, leader of a celestial nation, what do you offer?
Well, I don't really have much I can offer at the moment. I was hoping to get the economic situation sorted before any sort of attempts at marrying into noble families.
So, wealth is what you seek. But in exchange for what?
Wealth isn't what I seek. I seek to bring balance first.
Balance between?
Balance of the balance economically. Gold has been well, the supply of gold in the world has been drastically shortened, and you can imagine all the problems that is causing. Considering the value of gold, not just as a currency, but
Ah,
also for spellcasting.
I am aware of what happened to the material plane's gold supply. For your knowledge, the Feywild has been left untouched. Should you be able to offer us something substantial, we might be willing to share some of our resources.
And what would you consider to be substantial enough to receive such a blessing?
Well, if you bind your blood with our bloodline, then if you leave your domain to your bloodline, we'd consider that substantial.
Would that be to my bloodline solely with you, or just my bloodline in general?
Can you elaborate?
Well, I have a pre-existing family.
You have no blood relatives to speak of.
Not blood relatives, but relatives.
When you speak of blood, what happens to those who do not share your blood need not concern me. You may do with them as you wish. As for those who would share your blood, your descendants would be able to freely walk among the Feywild or the material plane.
And what effects would binding my bloodline to your bloodline do? I've heard of bloodline curses before. Would I be afflicted with one if I were to do so?
No, you do not carry elven blood. Besides, we Fae are immune to those elven curses. They took those curses when they decided to become part of the material plane rather than the Feywild.
So as long as one would stay a part of the Feywild, the curse would not afflict them, or
Correct.
would that be the same for potential children as well? If they were to choose to be a part of the material plane, would they then gain a bloodline curse?
They will be anchored to the material plane through your blood.
I see.
They will be able to move freely between the Feywild and the material plane. And we are willing to extend that opportunity to you as well. Freedom for you to move between the Feywild and the material plane, for you to pass between the seasons as you see fit.
That's a very tempting proposition.
Now that you've heard what I am offering, I'd like to hear what you can offer. What is it that the others have sought from you?
So far, just marrying into the bloodline seems to be what they're after.
For what ends?
Ends that they have not established, or were not willing to disclose to me.
And this is the truth?
Do I have any reason to lie? I'm in your domain currently. Angering you would not be in my best interest. Lying even more so.
No, it would not, but from the fables I have heard about you, you might even be the type of character to try and challenge me. My mother would consider it quite the spectacle.
And what fables have you heard?
Tales saying that you destroyed the founders, even though I see several of them move about. And I've witnessed you fight at least one of them. And you dispatched the Valis quite effectively. Having your underling sacrifice himself like that in order to entrap them. Truly impressive, the loyalty that you have generated from them.
I don't sacrifice people.
Of course you don't. No real leader ever does. They're men, they're women. They sacrifice themselves for you. Is Nathan slightly upset by that?
A bit.
If my statement upsets you, I apologize. It is not my intention to bring conflict here.
I know, and I know that wasn't the intention. It is just disappointing to see how some people treat their allies and those that choose to follow them. Not that I'm saying you do. It's just in the material plane I've seen some rather displeasing views on loyalty and the bonds between people.
Let's see. Well, you may come to me with an offer. Have any others given you a deadline?
I've been given a deadline, yes, for one of the offers.
And what was that deadline?
10 days. Well, 8 days now.
I see. I too shall allow you to spend 8 days deciding. If you wish to bring a offering before me, you may use the same envelope to come and see me. Otherwise, I believe it is Weiss's turn to talk to you.
Weises?
You see a tiny pixie rapidly expand until they are huge. And then you see the snow blow away as Wither vanishes. My name is Lord Weiss.
Pleasure to meet you, Lord Weiss.
I have a single question for you.
I will try and answer it to the best of my abilities.
What makes you so special?
In my opinion, I don't believe I'm special. I believe that most people can achieve what I have achieved if they try hard enough and try their best to help those they can. There are people that exist that are far, far more powerful on their own than I am, far more skilled in martial and spell-based combats, and even people that I have surpassed in terms of power and knowledge have leapt ahead of me at several points, and there's people that are far above me even now that will probably forever be far above me. I'm just a man that has decided to do what he can to help those he can for as long as he can. Nothing more, nothing less.
And I have something I would like to offer you. While I am not interested in breeding my bloodline with yours, I would like to offer you a place within the Feywild. For you to abandon your old life and come here instead. I do not believe you'll accept this offer, but I am making it nonetheless.
Am I permitted to ask why you are making this offer?
Beings are trying to bend you to their own whims. I'm opposed to this sort of action. You have spoken your truth, and I am speaking mine. You are not a bad person, yet bad things happen to you. This is the way of the material plane. This is the way of mortal kind. This does not need to be your way. Leave it behind and come with me. There will be no furtherance of this offer. You accept it now, or you never accept it, for it will never be offered again. I can promise you eternal peace.
I promise you, eternal peace just kills me on the spot. Lord Weiss, I appreciate the kindness of your offer. But you were correct earlier when you said I would not accept it, as much as I do appreciate it. I have responsibilities in the material plane, and though they are not my blood, I do have family there as well.
Very well.
People that need me that I will not abandon.
You're welcome to make a dex, wisdom, or con saving throw,
I'm gonna choose
or even
wisdom,
strength.
because I have advantage on these, so I have faith.
Don't choose a failure. You're blasted back through the portal.
Fair enough.
You land at your desk, completely unscratched. As the portal closes up into an envelope, and as it falls on your desk.
Do I have like a drawer?
Yep.
I'd like to lock it in that drawer and write "Do not touch" on a post-it note. Stick it on that drawer.
All right.
I don't want like some random person like picking it up and then portal to the Feywild.
And then you see Tara knock on your door.
Oh, Tara.
Then I come at a bad time.
Oh, no.
Right, perfect. Just want to let you know I've got Aziria working in my store.
Why?
Would it be fun to have a founder work in my store?
Okay. Fine, just go off and leave me with all the work then. By the way,
Yeah, they have tended to do that, haven't they? Do you like me to
yeah.
send them here at some point? Sure, I could get them to sign some other agreement. Waste some more of their time.
That's fine. Let them do what they need to do. I'm sure it's important. By
Alright,
the way, Zarin says hi.
can you repeat that, Nathan?
A woman named Zarin spoke to me.
Zarin or Karin?
Oh, sorry, it's sorry. Meta, I just read the name wrong, sorry. Karin.
Oh. Fuck.
Yeah, I was hoping that you could answer a few of my questions.
One moment. They walk out. They walk around the corner of the corridor.
Hmm.
What would you like to do for the next couple minutes?
I just want to like look down the corridor just to make sure she's not like killed anyone.
No one's dead. the silver waiting list. You can't really see where it ends because it does actually go down and out the corridor, then outside the building.
Oh, God damn it. Alright, I
You're
guess I'm just
fairly sure she didn't wait in line, but you're
Yeah.
also fairly sure she just bribed everyone to take the next
get-
person
yeah.
one spot.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, that's
She-
how she wants to use her money.
She returns about 15 minutes later with a silver and blue potion. Right. What do you want to drink this?
What is it?
This will erase any and all memories relating to Karen from your mind.
Why do you want me to drink it? Sorry, James, could you repeat that?
They didn't say anything. They just opened their mouth like they were going to say something. Because it would be in my best interest, and therefore in your best interest, for you to do so.
Well, I will be honest with you and say that she's coming back in 8 days anyway.
Why is she coming back?
Because she wants me to marry into a noble bloodline, and in exchange she will help me with something.
Clara just sits down. This isn't good.
I haven't agreed to follow that arrangement, but I'm making you aware of the fact that even if I drank that potion for you, in a few days she'd just come back anyway and probably just do the exact same.
Alright, what do you want to say no?
Well, firstly, I want you to tell me how you know her, why this would be a bad decision.
She's been selectively breeding my bloodline for generations. With other nobles, with commoners who possess special traits, all in order to create the wealthiest bloodline possible because one of my ancestors requested it so. That is my relation to her.
Oh my god. So someone like hundreds of years ago just wanted a wealthy bloodline, and
Thousands of years ago.
my god.
She offered me a cauldron to marry my husband.
Did you accept it?
Yes, I did.
Did you regret that decision?
I do not.
So why are you advising me to not make the same?
Because she will ask you for something, Nathan, and you're not prepared to pay that offering.
Well, she's not the only one. I've had several people come to me over the past few days. You
I
ever heard
bet
of
they
the Queen?
have.
You ever heard of the Queen of Dreams?
Yes, I have. I've communed with her once before.
Well, I now have eternal nightmares until I into her line.
They go from being slightly terrified to laughing hysterically.
See, that cheered you up.
You can always go track them down and slaughter them.
I don't want to slaughter people.
Just one. Just the queen herself.
Well, the other one's a bigger. Could be a bigger issue. The daughter of the Archfey of the Winter Court.
Oh, one of Mab's children.
Yep.
I know very little of the Fae. Why do they want you?
I don't know. I don't know why anyone wants me.
Neither do I. It's not like you have much to offer.
Ah, fuck you too.
Well, I was talking in pure capacity of land at this point. Sure, you've claimed a bunch, but it's not like you have any way to actually enforce your ownership of this land, other than brute force. There is no respect other than through power here.
Which is something I'm hoping to change, but
This might be something Karin's capable of helping with. That being said, I still advise that you decline the offer. I'll even contribute, let's say, 20 million electrum to the city.
it's a very generous offer.
Yes. And much more than I should be offering for something like this. But I do not want this to be left up to the hands of fate. I'm encouraging you to make the correct decision.
And in your opinion, what would the correct decision be in this situation?
For you to decline Karin's offer. Go out to marry a commoner or something. Take yourself off the market.
I don't see why I need to get married in the first place.
In fairness, I don't really see why you should either. It's not like you're really considered a leader of much. Wait, did you at any point declare the Celestial city and area to be its own nation?
Yes.
Oh. That's mildly unfortunate for you. Well, welcome to nobility. Have fun. The potion's there if you'd like it. I can get you another one to offer yourself if you'd like.
I'm good. Is this one only for stuff relating to Karin, or is it like a general amnesia potion?
Any topic of your choice upon drinking it. You know what? Keep it. Have fun.
All right, then.
Potion of remove trauma.
Ever since I arrived in Celestia, downs the potion.
I may actually have something to sweeten the deal. I'm aware that the assistant's souls are still missing.
Yes.
I'm prepared to solve that issue in exchange for you to decline into Karen's offer.
You would be able to return all their souls.
If I am unable to do it, then it cannot be done.
Very well.
You accept?
Well, it's time to use a DM question.
Alright.
Which girl is nicest?
I'm not even. There's like 30 characters on this list.
Okay, so it's just a bloodline. It's not a specific spouse. Wow, that is way more useful.
There's
is it like-
30 more NPCs that you have yet to meet in regards to this matter.
See, I told you this was going to take more than one session. Bro, I should
The
have just
Bachelor.
gone with I should have just gone with Weiss.
What's funny is they've all just shown up because Karen showed up.
Oh.
They don't know why Karen's interested. But because Karen's interested, they're all interested.
So it's not even that they're
Fair.
actually interested in me, it's just they're interested in the fact that Karen's interested in me.
If they want this person, this person's probably pretty damn valuable.
Yeah, but why though?
That is a question.
It's
Would you
to
like
throw
ask
them
that?
off the scent of the other people Karen are visiting.
Honestly, wouldn't surprise me. Tara, I'll definitely consider that deal. I've still got a few more things I need to do, but I will let you know.
Very well, you have until sunset. She walks out of her room, swishing her cape.
Oh my god, why?
Why? Because she's got to figure out whether she needs to pack her bags and get out of this town or not.
I am starting to think the Karen might be the best option though.
Are you sure about that?
Well, compared to Mab Jr.
Just wait until we get into the humans.
Oh no.
Pick the humans.
Alright. So, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Uh, Legend Lore Queen of Dreams.
She is known as the Queen of Dreams. She is the Queen of Dreams. A devil who manipulates, feeds off of, and channels dreams. They're able to, and possess the domain of dreams. They're able to enable and possess the domain of dreams, sorry. Basically, that means that they're able to grant churches the unique domain of dreams.
Oh, that's cool.
Mab's granddaughter can probably also give you an additional domain.
Probably. That's how I get all my subclass Horcruxes.
Right.
Aside from that, I just update Archie with what's been happening.
Alright. Do you have anything else?
Anything else?
That you wanted to do that day?
Do you want to take the deal with Tara?
Well, that's what I
Do
was
it.
wanting to talk to Archie about.
All right. Well, would you like to talk to Arch? So you're going to go see Archie, or would you like him to come see you? He's happy to come visit.
I'd ask him to come see me.
He kind of likes the look of people's faces when he walks through town. Okay, so he comes and sees you. He skips the line.
So there's been more developments, and then I just catch him up on what's happened with the Winter Court, Queen of Dreams, and now Tara.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I mean, not like I was sleeping that great to begin with.
That is depressing, Nathan.
Yeah.
Are you sure you should be running a town or a city or a nation in your current state?
Yeah, I'm fine.
No, you're not fine.
Look, I'm just saying I don't dream that often, is the thing to begin with. So just now having nightmares is something I can just put up with.
Sorry, Nathan.
That's fine. We've got more important issues to deal with. I'm just concerned because if Tara thinks that this is the making a deal with her is really bad, I don't know.
In fairness, I'm not quite From what I've heard of Tara, they're not exactly a good person. They could be trying to keep you away from them because they're one of the few people who might be able to help you deal with people like Tara. I don't know the, the situation well enough to say one way or another, but that's just what immediately stands out to me.
Yeah, it's just she raises a good point. Like, what if Corinne
You hear
does
the
act?
sound of a staff tapping on the tiling throughout the building.
Mm-hmm.
Very slow, very tedious and continuous tapping, as if someone's using a walking stick. They're at least 5 minutes away.
Okay, we at least 5 minutes before that guy arrives. So you were saying?
Archie said what he was going to say.
Oh, okay, sorry. And yeah, you raise a good point. I'm just worried. What if she does ask for something that I'm unwilling to give in return?
Isn't that often what people ask for?
Yeah. I would just prefer it if everyone just straight up asked purely, like, put all their cards on the table, though it's nobility we're talking about here. That never happens.
Archie just has a look of understanding. Yeah, it sucks.
My concern is that if I say yes, I could be setting things up in the future where something's asked of me that I can't do, and that causes problems. But considering the Queen of Dreams is after I didn't take the option that she gave me that was beneficial, used a more aggressive option to try and convince me to go for her what she wanted. The if this person is as powerful as we believe to be, and I say no, that she reacts badly, and then we have another problem to. But that's the same issue with the Fae as well.
Why are they all coming out like this? This just seems rather sudden.
I don't know. I mean, if this Corinne's person's as influential as she is, maybe because she has an interest, all these other parties now have an interest.
Let's see.
Or maybe it's just because now the Celestia is a nation that people want to get involved now.
For our sake, I hope it's the second option.
Yeah, as do I.
The tapping's getting closer.
I'm just gonna wait for the person to arrive.
Right. Then around the corner, you see a familiar face.
Oh, it's the
Baba
hag.
Yaga.
Yeah, Baba Yaga. Oh, hello.
Hello, Nathan.
How
It
have you
has
been?
been some time.
Yes, it has. How have you been?
I've been good. You?
That's good. Oh, as well as you can be.
Grandma's come to visit.
Oh, Grandma, what big teeth you have.
Some of your guards are outside. I made them frog.
Ah. Could you unfrog them?
Yes, when I leave.
Okay.
Can bearing news. Plus, where is Shine?
Oh, did you not hear about his funeral?
I did not.
Oh, I swear I said for the message to be put out. Shine died. He's gone.
Oh,
He sacrificed himself to get rid of well, not to get rid of, to free the other sentient artifacts that were a part of his generation.
Shine was a good boy.
He was.
Bring him back.
I want to.
Do so.
I'm unable to write at this moment, but when I'm able to, I will.
Most unfortunate. When you bring him back, bring him to me.
I shall.
Good. Now, as for news. So, I hear you looking for wife.
Not that I'm looking for wife, that other people are trying to make me have wife because it benefits them.
Well, the hag looks disappointed.
Oh,
I had some options in mind. I know some nice little girls, you know.
I'm sure you do. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd want to get married one day. It's just people are trying to force that on me right now. Well, due to noble titles and that sort of stuff.
Well, even among mortals. They're usually told by their parents who they're marrying. It's strange way you do it.
Yeah, I just feel like people should have the freedom to marry who they want to marry. Though everyone has their own different traditions and cultures, and that's their decision. Otherwise, do you think the CAG would have enough clout to where if I said that, I married someone that was decided upon by the hag, they'd all back off?
Would you like to use a DM question for that?
Oh, I'm tempted, but I only have one of them.
I mean, the hag that is the only one that has like probably any kind of goodwill for you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If I was to marry anyone,
Besides, she might become your actual grandma, which would be fantastic.
yeah, I mean, I like the hag. She's been very helpful.
So what do you decide, Nathan?
Was the hag saying something before?
No, they're waiting for you to say.
So, who are you gonna suggest I marry?
Oh, ho, ho. So you are interested.
I'm curious.
You get up the hags list.
All these NPCs just have lists of people for me to marry.
It started with one of them having a list, and then I realized the implications of that person coming to you.
I wonder, has what's her face gone to Acho?
Corinne.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, he is the Celestial King.
Such a lofty title with like zero power.
Yeah. Because, what is a king to a god?
There's the summer leaf. A dryad. Pretty good. She'll teach you right. Makes fantastic tea. She looks at you, waiting for a response after that name.
I mean that sounds nice. What's her personality like?
She is pretty good. Even you can pick up on the fact that she's trying to cover up for the for her terrible, terrible personality.
Who else did you consider?
There's Willow. She too a dryad. Master of druid craft. Not so pretty. Quite nice though.
Is this another case where it's like trying to come up with something for her personality isn't really getting anything?
It's more of a case that I don't know how to describe their personality while doing that voice.
Ah. Do I know what a dryad is?
Nope.
Ah, fun.
The drow. Number shade. She is, how do you say, questionable with morals. But she
Ah.
cares about her friends.
Well,
And
that's nice.
food. Lots of food. Lots and lots of food. Not to eat, of
Yo.
course, but to take away from them. And my poor, poor Alan.
I'm sorry.
It's no problem. I bring them back. It was just a bad weekend.
Yeah, I can imagine.
If the female equation is not your fancy, there's Jack of Shades. He's a good guy. He do a mini job for me. You owe me quite the favor. How does Nathan respond to that?
It's just like concerned. Like the only one that sounded good so far was what's the drow's name? Shade?
The drown's name was Shade, yeah.
Yeah.
In fairness, it's like 4 more on this list.
Oh, okay.
In fairness, the drow isn't like tied to the Feywild, so you don't have to deal with the one you rejected.
Yeah. That's also been kind of part of it.
There's
Aside from the fact
Lavender. She's I'm going to drop the voice for this part. She's a halfling. A small halfling than usual. Quick-footed, nimble, and quick-witted.
Oh.
What they like in brains, they have in wit.
Okay.
She's a ride or die kind of person. Then there's the Grand Scribe. Oh, he is an older fella. He likes his book. Gnome. Not much taller than I am. No. He be around 400 now. You owe me a favor or two.
I think Varys would have gotten on well with him.
They would have started talking and then they would have continued arguing until they both died.
Yeah, but that's how Varys always wanted to go out. Though.
To be fair, that is true.
He would have died as he lived.
Arguing.
Then I suppose there is Ril, Nassima. She is currently married, but we can arrange for an accident of some sort.
Christ.
I just want to point out that Archie is still in the room.
Yeah, I know. Look, Nathan just wanted to hear her out, one, because he likes the hag and he didn't want to make her upset. And two, he was kind of thinking that she's powerful enough to where that, like, if he goes for her decision and he liked one of the options, maybe she'd help him deal with the outfall
He's
of the
just
others.
looking at Archie smirking. Not funny? I thought a little bit funny.
Is she in that to Archie or?
Yeah. Anyway, the real final option.
Who doesn't like Babushka La Saga?
That's my girl. Around 700 years old. Nice girl. Comes to Material Plane quite often. Stops by for tea. Sorcerer of divine blood. Yes, sweet enough. Well, you get on the wrong side of him and they point you with a blade. Got you like a fish. They make a gutting gesture.
Wait, Nathan, this is someone who uses divine magic, but also uses a sword.
Yeah, I know.
That's why she saves her for last.
I mean, out of all of them, it's been the best one for Nathan so far.
So, what do you think?
What was the last girl's name?
He didn't give the name.
The last one you mentioned, the Asmar girl. What was her name?
Oh, you're interested, eh? Eileen.
Aryan?
Siren.
Oh, what?
Siren.
Siren. Okay, sorry. Just the way you said that, I could barely understand what
S-
you were saying.
YL. I'll just happen to chat. Silyn. SYLYNN. I go organize meeting. We get wedding going.
Uh, I mean, if we were to do something like that, I'd rather meet them first before deciding to marry, but that might be the best option.
The
Especially
hag is pretty much the only one who's actually come to you with a marriage offering. The rest of them just want to merge the bloodlines because
yeah,
marriage is barely a concept. And the hag is pretty much the only town that actually has marriage.
yeah. Oh, so if I took the other deals, I wouldn't actually have to get married, but I'd have to like join the bloodline, or
It's similar to marriage in concept,
okay.
though not as official as marriage.
Okay.
So, what does Nathan think?
Nathan already said that uh he'd like to meet her, but he wouldn't want to like talk like arrange any sort of marriage until afterwards. You wouldn't happen to know a woman named Corinne, would you?
I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, this whole thing started because she made an offering to me to join with a bloodline,
Oh, I see.
and then more people started to show up and do the same.
She's a powerful devil, that's what she is.
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned of what's going to happen if I say no.
Yeah, let's thing that happen. You die and everyone you care about die. Yeah, no
I
big
mean,
deal.
that is a bit concerning.
No, it's a big deal. We organize meet for tomorrow. Oh. No, I go tomorrow. We organize meet for next month. Yes.
Next month.
Mm-hmm. After the green moon. Yes.
Ah. Is that like the earliest time that she could do it, or?
No. I just got the job.
Ah. Okay, well I need to make my decision for this by the time of the green moon.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Pick wisely, Nathan.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Pick wisely, Nathan.
I'll do my best.
Alright. So, anything else you'd like to do for today?
I don't know, panic.
Archie looks at you as the hag walks out. You could always fake your death.
I could.
Or we could marry you to Vulpes. I mean, Azuria. Archie sort of looks, waiting for your response.
It's like a mix of surprised that he of all people suggested that, and also the realization that that could actually work.
Oh god. There's just a look of horror on Archie's face as he realizes that you're actually considering it. Now, Nathan, there's no need to be rash about this.
Wow, Meta. Wow, Archie, what a great idea. Archie just kicking himself mentally.
Oh, yeah. He does not want to have to call Vulpes anything related to him. Now, Archie, dear, this Vulpes isn't replacing your mother. God. Why did Archie turn to be the Dark One? Well, we know why now.
I mean, I don't think this is justification. Aside from him just like mentally breaking.
Right. So, Nathan, what are you going to do?
Before my time limits out, do I get visited by any other people?
Between now and the 8-day mark? No.
Yeah. Okay.
That being said, we are more scheduled for after that.
Oh no. What happens if I already had accepted one of the offers?
They're not omniscient.
Fair enough.
Would you like to end the session and have some time to decide?
I would, but beforehand, what is the nightmare like?
Imagine everything that Nathan's ever been through, but at every stage things go worse.
Oh fuck.
Like, Nathan is about to divine intervention to stop the meteor. It completely fails, and he feels himself being burned alive as he watches everyone else get burned alive. Over and over for several days as he regenerates partially. Then there's a time where Jarlee goes on a rampage, slaughtering you all. Then there's the time that Vecna systematically kills every single member of Lorin's right in front of Nathan as Nathan's held in place, unable to move.
So it's literally the scene from Berserk.
I've not seen Berserk.
Oh. Okay, so that reference doesn't make sense then. Never mind. So can I wake up from these nightmares, or am I like stuck? Is it like sleep paralysis? I'm stuck until I wake up.
When you wake up, they end. But it's just while you're long resting, at any point while you're resting, you're dreaming.
Oh, okay. So I still get a long rest. I'm just deeply disturbed when I wake up.
They've not decided to try and strip you of your long rest because that's a lot more taxing, and you actually get a saving throw against that.
Ah, fair enough. But like passively, she can just cause me nightmares.
Yep.
Do I see her in the dream?
Occasionally out of the glimpses of your eyes, but whenever you turn to look at them, they're gone.
Okay, so not long enough so I can kill her in the dream.
Correct. It's almost like she's just barely looking in to see how things are going. The more that Nathan thinks about it, the more he thinks that he may have seen her once or twice before in his dreams.
Oh. Oh, so she's been watching me for a while then.
That or she occasionally appears in people's dreams.
Ah. All this because I turned her down, shaking my head.
Alright, so good to end it there, or would you like to use your DM question for something?
I'm gonna hold off my DM question and think about this a bit more because this is a lot, and
Indeed.
there's only more. I really didn't think this is how D&D was gonna go. Like I was not expecting this to devolve into decide which noble family you're gonna lie in and like tie into, and also NPC plays matchmaker.
In fairness, I wasn't expecting this to be how this was going to go either.
It was a surprise for both of us.
In fairness, if your character survives the boss battle, if you survive the boss battle next Wednesday, you might have to deal with it in my campaign as well.